We're back. Welcome back. We have another plant unboxing. We're going to get right into it as always. First, we're going to kind of tell you what this episode's going to be about, okay? So first, we're going to talk about what the plant is. Then we're going to talk about where the plant is from. We're going to talk about some of the cool colors that it has, and we'll show as it grows. Then we're going to talk about the plant stages. I'm not going to give away what the last part is going to be yet. But we'll talk also about how it is a tissue culture. It's my first tissue culture I've ever ordered. Packaging is great. I know you guys probably want to see that. Ooh, I think this is literally it. It's tiny. The best part of my business is you. Thank you very much. You're the best part of this because you provide the pretty plants. But the last thing we're going to talk about is a little giveaway that'll happen on my 10th video, so you'll want to hear about that. And here it is. You're getting to see it before I even take a look. Nice. So this is a tissue culture of a orange and pink melanochrysum philodendron. So the orange and pink melanochrysum philodendron is actually a hybrid, and whether it's like a hybrid where they took two plants where one was having this specific variegation show and they breeded it with that plant, or if this was a lab clone, I'm not really sure. But I do know this plant is native to Colombia, and it absolutely loves humidity. It's used to growing in very hot, humid environments. Do I think this is going to be an issue for growing in my house? Potentially, but I really don't think so. I think that you can do things to kind of mitigate that with like humidifiers or just misting your plants, not keeping them in like really direct sunlight. But I'll tell you a little bit more about the tissue culture stuff later in this video. Colors. So like I said, the name suggests orange and pink melanochrysum. So this plant comes out like a really, really pretty velvety green, as you can kind of see. And then as it grows, it will just start throwing these beautiful orange and pink colors, apparently. I've seen them on Etsy, and I screenshotted some of the prices that they were going for, and with like 4 or 5 leaves, these plants were going for literally like $300 to $700, which to me is just insane. And that's also kind of why I went with tissue culture, but once again, I'll tell you about that stuff later. And then as the plant matures, it'll grow kind of a darker green color into the leaf. If you're familiar with plants, they often come out really like soft and really bright green, and then as they harden off and get more mature as an individual leaf, then they'll start getting more dark green colors typically. Okay, is this the most gorgeous houseplant ever? I personally think it probably will be. I mean, it looks very, very velvety and green and amazing, but what's beautiful to you is different from what's beautiful to me. So say in the comments what the most beautiful houseplant to you is. Plant stages, you can see it's small. This is as small as it'll get. It's a tissue culture. After this, they grow leaves about like this size, maybe smaller even at the start, obviously. But eventually these can get 2 to 3 feet long. So it's kind of like the monsteras that you can see behind me that are just gorgeous and will just keep getting bigger and bigger. But you grow these on a moss pole. That just helps the plant. It's kind of a natural climber, so it likes to dig its roots into moss pole, stuff like that. We'll probably have more videos about moss poles later. Tissue culture. Okay, so this is a clone of an individual plant, and they grow these in labs basically. And what you see in here is usually like some sort of sugary substance that the plant can feed off of. And tissue culture is like the most efficient way to clone a plant and make more plants. And so that's what this is. It's the smallest the plant will get besides like a seedling or something. It has roots already, but the main issue with tissue culture stuff, and I wouldn't even call it an issue necessarily, is that you have to like acclimate the plant slowly. It's used to growing in 100% humidity, so that's just what it's used to. You know, it'd be like if they took you and then threw you into like a boiling pot of water or something. You know, you have to work up to that. You have to build your heat tolerance. But for the plant, it just has to build humidity tolerance basically. It actually is kind of really good hack if you're looking into buying really rare plants for pretty, I wouldn't say affordable prices, but the most affordable that you're going to get them. And obviously, it requires the most care and effort and all those things. But I'm here to learn, so you can learn with me while I do this. All right, Palmstreet. So I got this from Palmstreet. And Palmstreet, actually, we'll talk about the seller. I got this from Supreme Plant Co. in Florida, specifically. Palmstreet is an app where there are live auctions for all kinds of things, but in this case, rare plants. And I was kind of stalking those live auctions a little bit last week. And I started to get like really good deals on plants. And so I was kind of skeptical at first about doing it on an app I had never heard of. But I think as long as you're buying it from someone that seems pretty reliable, I have nothing but good things to say so far. I'm very pleased with this. And like I said, it can allow you to get this for a lot cheaper. This one specifically was $51, which sounds kind of crazy, but my thing's kind of rare plants, like I said, so I'm going to be spending some cash. $51 plus $18 shipping. I will say the $18 shipping seems steep, but it was second day air, so I love that. It was here in no time, and all the other plants are on like USPS schedules or UPS schedules, so you're looking 5 to 7 business days. So I actually would prefer this if you have something that you're really interested in and you want to see it quick and you want to make sure that it's as healthy as it possibly can be. And the cool thing about Palmstreet too is that if you place multiple orders within 1 week, usually the sellers will sell you or send your order out all at one time, and it's only like an additional $1 for each plant that you buy for shipping. So it's really just that one-time fee that kind of hits you, and then after that, it's not so bad. It's a pretty good deal. Like I said, would highly recommend people looking for rare plants to use Palmstreet. You can find some really good deals and some sleeper picks. Lastly, the giveaway. So like I said, there will be a giveaway on my 10th episode, and the catch is you have to like and subscribe, and you have to stay in the loop so you know when the giveaway happens. But the giveaway will be a free plant from me that I will ship to you, and if you like and subscribe, I will be randomly picking a person from that. So that's all I have today. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoy it.